And here we go. We are back for alcohol content. We are back week after week. Here you have us again. We got Ryan.
That's me.
We got Rick.
Yopey.
And you got me, Austin.
Yopey.
I don't know what that is.
Yopey.
Yopey.
We got something golden, something fantastical, something special.
We're hoping.
We got a limited edition gold spot.
135-year anniversary
Wow.
Of bondage.
That's a long time.
of bondage.
No, bonded. Yeah.
Bonded?
Mitchell and Sons. So it's we got some Irish whiskey going.
Okay.
It's minimum 9 years. It's a special release gold spot. So it's the Irish spot whiskeys.
Green spot,
Exactly.
yellow spot,
All the spots.
red spot, blue
Blue
spot,
spot.
gold spot.
Exactly. So gold spot is our paying homage to 135 years of in the bonded business. So way back 135 years ago, they would go to Jameson in Dublin, Ireland, and they would get Irish whiskey, distill it, and then they'd take it down below the streets of Ireland. They'd take it back and they'd put it in different barrels, and they would put different spots on the barrels, different colored spots for how long that they were going to age it. And that's why all those spots mean something. The golden spot is paying homage to 135 years of doing that. So it's a limited release, a 1 year only. And it is a minimum 9 year bourbon, and it was finished in
Not
sherry
bourbon.
butts.
Not bourbon.
It's not
Excuse me,
bourbon.
Irish whiskey, my bad. Sherry butts, Bordeaux wine casks, and port pipes is what it was aged in.
Port, Bordeaux, and sherry.
Well, right off the bat, all I got to say is that's a small bottle. It's a tiny little bottle.
That's my line.
Oh, no, it's my line now.
It is. It's 700 milliliters, which I hate so much.
It looks small. They can't hide it. They should have made it a different
That's what
shape.
she said.
It looks small. I am judging it right now, but
Yeah.
I hope that the liquid is fantastic because, I mean, I'm a fan of the spots,
Yeah, me too.
and
It's none of them go wrong.
yeah, the problem with this one, and maybe it isn't a problem, but this one's a little pricey.
It is pricey.
It's
because it's a special release.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Blah, blah, blah.
You're probably never going to be able to get this ever again.
Yeah, so this is just us showing off.
Yeah, flexing. Oh boy.
But I think the real key here is we're trying this. We did an episode on the blue spot,
Oh,
Yeah, we did.
Oh, goodness.
and it blew our goddamn
it
minds.
blued me.
It
It blued me.
We blew ourselves.
Yeah.
We blue spotted ourselves. So and that was a 7 year. The blue spot's a 7 year. This is a 9 year. The blue spot was like sherry, Madeira barrel, and something else. This is port, sherry, and Bordeaux. And they also do the green spot aged in Bordeaux barrels. And they actually say what Bordeaux chateau they get it from. And it's Chateau Léoville Barton, which is a really good French wine. So that's cool. And so they've done this before with the Bordeaux barrels.
Yep.
And yeah, they're just putting it together.
Cool.
So I'm super stoked.
So it's Irish, so it's triple distilled. This hits us at 102.8 proof. So again, they started this in 1887. It's 135 years to 2022.
102.8 proof too. Like so they're upping it a little bit,
Yeah.
especially for Irish
I don't
whiskey.
get any proof. I mean, you wouldn't know that this is.
No sweetness, golden.
It is sweet
Yeah.
and golden. I like
Golden, but fruit.
I almost get a tea flavor. I don't know what kind of tea yet,
Ooh.
but it definitely
Lipton's.
no. It's like almost like maybe oolong or something. It's not like too green tea, but it's kind of
No.
it's very much a tea note.
A Chinese black tea.
Oh, with some little
Or like
Danish
a-
cookie in there.
And a little bit of like Lady Grey tea.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like a
I
little
go
bit
with
of that
because there's some
orange.
citrus in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that orange citrus.
Yeah.
Not quite Earl Grey.
No, I'm getting.
Also, check into our tea connoisseur podcast
Yeah.
coming out soon.
Yeah. Tea content.
Tea content.
Wow. Oh, I'm getting there's a ton of stuff going on there, fruits wise. There's definitely citrus, but I'm getting some fig. I'm getting some
fig for sure. That's the port. That's port, definitely.
Yeah.
But honey just over all of it.
For sure. Honey drizzled over everything.
Honey over everything.
Honey.
I put honey on it.
Honey.
Ooh.
Just
I
taste
tasted it. I tasted it all right. Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good. Talk about honey.
Oh.
Honey drizzling all down your throat. Yeah. That's tasty.
Oh.
Wow.
It
needed the proof.
Because of the sweetness.
Yeah. That proof
Ooh.
just kind of goes hand in hand with those sweet, just delectable
Irish
notes.
whiskey notes.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is the best Irish whiskey notes that you turn up the proof and then it just takes all of that with it.
Yeah.
Like this is cookie, graham
The
crackery.
shortbread cookie for sure. The shortbread cookie.
Which is I think that's the main difference between this and when we tried the Blue Spot.
Oh yeah.
The Blue
Spot's
Spot was
tropical.
super tropical, fruity, citrusy. And this has those, but with the port, you get more of that kind of fig note that you said. And then
This has a body.
also that cookie.
Yeah.
Definitely.
This has
It's heavier.
presence.
It's heavier. Yeah.
I'm getting a shortbread cookie with some fig and some of those darker fruit notes, but also with some toasted coconut on it.
Ooh.
That's what I'm
Toasted
getting on the
coconut.
taste. This is luscious. This is wow. This is a wow.
Yeah.
This is
There's just
It's eerily reminiscent of 12-year Redbreast.
oh yeah. But this is
But then it has more stuff to it.
it's like it's taking it's going to the next floor.
Yeah.
I
Taking
think-
that elevator
I think
one
the red,
more.
Yeah.
the red the 12-year Redbreast. Yes, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were talking Red Spot, and that's 15 years.
No.
Yeah.
Which I haven't had that, but
But no. This
me
is
neither.
definitely it's
Could've
got
buy
that
it.
shortbread cookie, but I get a little toasted coconut on it. I'm getting lots of different deep fruits, but even I don't want to say pineapple because it's not quite there, but there's some citrus in there. You know how pineapple has some acid and
Mhm.
acidity to it. So
Yeah,
I'm not necessarily getting pineapple, but I'm getting
I think there's a little like orange zest,
there's definitely some orange or something going on there.
a little mandarin. Not Mandarin orange, like Mandarin the language in China.
a little bit of confusing syllables.
But there's some wood too, though. I'm getting a little wood.
Yeah.
This is a really, really good bottle.
It's so what's interesting, and this is why I like it a lot, is it's weirdly dense, but then just brightens itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
It has
a
like
good
a
description.
dense core, but then it just has these rays that come out of it that are bright and acidic a little
Sunshine.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, wow. Woo. What a bottle. What a bottle.
What a bottle.
Gold spot. Yeah, this is this is hitting the spot.
It's hitting my
Gold spot.
G spot.
Whoa.
Wow.
Now we know what it means. It's the gold spot.
The gold spot.
They get it.
Wow. Just where is it?
And it's right there.
We finally found the location. Men across the world, show them where it's at, Rick.
It's like turning the page of a book. Turning the page of a book.
Oh boy. That's why you watch alcohol content for
There's a
bedroom
lot more
tips.
content than just alcohol.
I mean,
Yeah.
Or
to be fair, I exist.
Somebody knows what's going on here.
this is really good.
Yeah.
There's one person at this table that can confirm that they've done it. And it's this guy.
Ooh, good stuff. I like this.
The whiskey or what?
It's
Good.
I don't know.
I like that
You
stuff.
think I put that baker's bottle stop back in the baker's? Oh,
Still marinating. That'll be our longest running joke.
Yeah, we'll just keep linking the episode up into it.
Butt plugs, man.
Yeah.
Butt plugs.
Well, this is good.
I don't know what else to say about this.
I don't want to chug this because I feel like we're going to try something else along with it.
you know what? We probably should bring down some of the other spots, or at least the blue spot, which was unbelievable.
Blue spot. I almost feel bad opening it again.
Yeah.
That
So
was orgasmic.
Yeah, I spent like $20 to just have a shot of that at a bar.
The blue spot?
Yeah,
Oh, really?
it was really good. I mean,
I've seen red spot at a couple bars, and I saw it once for retail, but it was kind of like one of those small liquor stores that like kind of did gray market
Yeah.
stuff. And I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna
after
pay
trying
that.
after the blue spot episode, I saw it at a bar and I was like, my fiance needed to try it, and then she was like, "Oh, this is good." I'm like, yeah, it is really good, isn't it? You should say it's really good, not just it's good.
Looking at you,
Yeah, well,
Rocky.
we really enjoyed.
Because
the
she
blue
watches.
spot.
Yeah, she
She's
watches
an avid
every
watcher.
episode.
None of our friends watch this.
No.
Like, they're just sick of it. They're like, we know you.
Yeah, I could barely put up with you in real life.
Fair enough.
Looking at you.
Well, I'm excited for this because I love this bottle.
It's really interesting. And then, so the blue spot, which is only 7 years, but higher proof, 117.8. So it's fairly significantly more alcoholic. I'm still working on this.
That's
Don't
okay.
worry about me.
Ooh, yeah, you got a while there.
Don't worry about me.
I'm gonna be here for a long time.
Yeah, so the blue spot is minimum age 7 years. So the gold was minimum age 9 years.
So I don't think the age is as
Yeah,
relevant, but I think the port pipes are super relevant.
yes,
And actually,
yes.
you should start talking about barrels.
Yeah, so
Barrels.
Yeah, no. I mean, so it doesn't sound like much, but the actual, I know you're gonna laugh at this, but the wood ratio, so the size of the barrel,
Ooh.
the size of the barrel matters.
Yeah, it does.
No matter what we want to
Take
trick
it from
ourselves
me.
from guys, no matter
I'm
what we
depressed.
want to trick ourselves in, it's not the size, it's how you use it or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, no, the size of the barrel matters because in distilled spirits, it's wood ratio to, the liquid hitting the sides of the wood or whatever. So did sort of a deep dive on this. It's pretty interesting. So American bourbon barrels are 53-ish American so I'm going to
Yeesh.
do everything in US gallons, right? 53 gallons. So side note, interestingly, before bourbon barrel, 53 gallons of liquid distillate goes into it. Before World War II, it was 47 gallons. But then with World War II, the troops needed more wood. They needed more wood. And so they increased the size of the barrel, which took more wood, but you got 5 more gallons in it. And so ratio wise, it's actually saved wood. So they made larger barrels and they never went back. So American bourbon barrels are basically 53 gallons.
Which is a lot.
It is a lot. Now, I always thought that was I knew there were some larger barrels out there in the industry, not for bourbon necessarily. But I thought there was a bunch of smaller ones.
So go through some of what you like. Port pipes, like the gold spot was in. Port pipes, sherry butts, French barriques, which are used in cognac,
yes.
And then there's Bordeaux barriques, which are smaller. So all those are different things.
Yeah.
All of them bigger.
Almost all. I mean, there are
every single one of them.
There are smaller ones like the blood tub, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But
stuff you've never heard of. And
right. But so there's an English ton, TUN, and there are some scotches that are finished in tons, and that is That is 259 U.S. gallons. So
as opposed to 53.
As opposed to 53. And then there's the Gorda barrels, which are 185 U.S. gallons, and that they're made of American oak, and they're more for mixing like American whiskeys. So not bourbons, but mixing American whiskeys. And then there's the Madeira drum, which is 172. The Madeira drum and
a Madeira barrel. So the Blue Spot in Madeira barrels.
Right. And
172 gallons.
172.
Okay.
And the port pipe is also 172 gallons.
Okay.
So I thought port pipe was going to be
Small.
smaller and stuff like that.
Now
it is huge. But it's
absolutely gigantic.
Exactly. It's 172. Now it is longer and narrower than the Madeira drum. So I mean the ratio and the size. So it's the same amount of distillate or liquid goes in there, but
longer.
Staves. They call it a pipe because it's longer and narrower or whatever. And then there's the Punchin, which is 132 gallons, and that's mostly it's made of American oak, mostly for rum. Rum's put in there. And then there's the Sherry Punchin, which is also 132 gallons, and that is made of Spanish oak to finish sherry. And then there's the Sherry Butt, which is 126 to 132, made of European oak. And
so a sherry butt,
this
is 132 gallons, U.S. gallons, which I never thought about it, but it makes sense that port and sherry are just in huge ass barrels because the oak influence on them isn't quite as strong. It's not meant to be as strong. They're dessert wines, more about the sugar, but you never really like port pipes, port and sherry butts. Like you don't think of it doesn't connotate the same, and you'd think that a bourbon barrel would be a lot bigger, but they're way bigger than a bourbon barrel. And also, I think the most interesting thing,
this is cool.
So sherry butts, typically, because there's such an industry now, a lot of the times when like Scotch or whatever is using a sherry barrel, they are commissioning a sherry producer to make like an Oloroso sherry, put it in these barrels, and then get it out of there and then sell it to them.
So 3 years in there.
3 years of sherry in there.
Yeah.
But typically, the sherry in those barrels is garbage sherry, and it's not what they would want to sell as Oloroso sherry because it's new oak.
Oh, okay.
So they're using new oak, putting sherry and making sherry in those barrels, but they don't want to sell it as that sherry because it's not what they want.
They're literally just doing it to sell the barrel to Scotland for the Scotch finishing.
So then what they do is they take that sherry that is like, well, we can't sell this, it's garbage, and then they distill that into Spanish spirits.
Spanish brandy.
Yeah, brandy.
So they're literally...
they've created like different industries based off of the barrels.
Wants and needs of
Yeah.
barrel aging.
Isn't that interesting? So all these Scotches in particular, but even American whiskey started doing it. Like, oh, aged in sherry barrels. It's like, well, kind of.
Yeah.
They're kind of doing... I mean, technically it is sherry, but it's not good sherry because most of the good sherry is in a seasoned sherry cask.
Yes,
They reuse those barrels a lot, and that's what makes it better. And so they're just like, oh, we'll one-off this and then get rid of it.
So what you're telling me is that all this is bullshit.
I mean, not really. It's different.
Morning wood matters is really what we're telling you.
It's different than what I thought it was.
So how does this... So we went through this whole spiel.
Oh, we're not done, but yes, we did. Yes.
We're not done.
We're not done. But how is this? I mean, I assume it ties to the Gold Spot because they have 3 different barrels.
Yeah, no,
So
it does.
both of these,
It does.
Both
it does.
these, the Blue Spot and the Gold Spot.
So started doing research on the barrels because I thought, okay, so the smaller the barrel, the more wood contact there is to it and stuff. Only to realize that most of the barrels are
Huge.
Most of the barrels out there are larger than American bourbon barrels, which are 53 gallons.
So most of the barrels that are used in Scotch are ex-bourbon barrels. That has more wood contact than anything else.
So so that's a hogshead that they finish hogshead Scotch. If they finish in American bourbon, it's called a hogshead, and it's 59 to 66 gallons.
Yeah.
So again, that's over the 53 gallon US. So here's what I did. Here's what blew my mind because I didn't think about it. And I'm not in the business. I just thought that bourbon. It's got to be a new charred American white virgin oak, white oak charred barrel to be bourbon. So after the bourbon's done with it once, right, they're done. They can't make bourbon. They sell most of them to Scotland. Like we know Maker's Mark,
goes to Lefroy.
Goes to Lefroy. Here's what in my mind, it's like, oh, so they're just shipping. That's a great way to get price for barrels, right? They disassembled the barrels, which makes logical sense. Instead of like empty barrels taking up room. So they disassemble, and then in Scotland, they take 5 American bourbon barrels worth of staves to make 4 hogshead barrels.
Oh my God.
So they make bigger barrels.
So it's 59 to 66 US gallons.
All right.
So now
we got some conspiracy rigmarole going on here.
Not only for Scotland and Ireland, not only are they using used barrels, but they're using larger barrels, so it's less surface area. So aging things for longer less of a problem.
It's not just the weather. There's less wood contact.
Yeah.
The weather's colder, so it's not going to... Yeah, I mean...
So that's why they do it. Because it's like, oh, we can have a 21-year Scotch. But a 21-year Scotch is probably a 13-year bourbon.
Either that or you're sleeping. Not sure which.
I mean, I think I need to take a red pill. I'm exiting
this blue pill, bitch.
Yeah.
I think you need a blue pill.
I'm exiting this reality because that is absurd.
Isn't that interesting?
It's crazy. And we
pretty cool.
talked about barrique barrels, which is cognac, and Bordeaux barrels, which are 59 gallons. And we won't talk about them, but
bigger.
Just throwing it out there.
Those are bigger.
They're still bigger.
Like Bordeaux barriques are bigger. I always just assumed they were smaller.
So we're saying I now know why women like European men.
Yeah.
They're bigger.
They're bigger.
By default.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why
wood. More wood.
That's what I was getting at, and that's why I'm taking the red pill. I'm out of here. Okay. I'm going to Zion.
It is so interesting to me that I never thought that a bourbon barrel was one of the smaller of everything.
Yeah.
Smaller measurements.
I mean, come on, America. Like, do better.
But also, bourbons age so fast. 1, it's new oak, and 2, it's just smaller. So you have a 10-year bourbon. Wow. That's aged a lot.
And the other thing I learned that might put you to sleep also, but older isn't better in regards to the trees, the wood. So the older trees don't have as much character and nuances to them. Yes. Yeah,
that's an ageism.
It's very ageism. I was very disappointed to learn that personally. But older just
your
means,
tree does not have very much character, Rick. I'm sorry.
It's done.
It's smaller.
It's flaccid.
And it doesn't have as much character.
It's just
it
doesn't carry the morning wood.
It's almost like nature is at play.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's at play.
Less zip. No, but actually, yeah, the older the tree is not better for a barrel.
Wow.
Because the tannins and the vanillins and things that
vanillins.
Things that are in the wood that get extracted by the liquor. There's more of them in slightly young, and not like a sapling, obviously. But like,
let's get a lot. How many barrels can we get out of a sapling? Let's kill that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hey, it's happening. In this world, it's weird. Okay. People are transfusing blood.
Let's take a young yew tree and make a longbow out of it. Sorry.
Fuck you.
We just keep going with the history. What about the blue spot?
Blue spot's good and spicy.
It's interesting having it after the gold spot.
It is interesting. Gold spot is much more homey, delectable, desserty. The blue spot is really good, and it has a proof that is fun because the proof just takes all the flavors with you. But there's a big but here.
A donk.
I think the gold spot might be the better whiskey.
So I think having the blue spot after the gold spot is hurting the blue spot a lot.
Yeah,
For sure.
It is.
'Cause
Yes.
It's the gold spot has a lot more sweetness to it.
Mhm.
And so we're missing out on all those like citrusy sweetnesses.
Oh, I said
and the proof-
Caribbean.
And the proof
Yeah.
comes through a lot more on the blue spot
Yeah.
than the gold spot.
It doesn't mean it's bad though. I mean,
No,
I'm enjoying.
it's
I'm enjoying
still
every
good.
sip that
It's
I'm
still
having.
really good. Yeah. But if we had them in reverse, I think it would be a different take.
It lasts longer. I mean, the higher proof,
Yeah.
it comes through and
God, they're
it
good.
keeps it going.
But that gold spot, whoo, that's good.
I was sort of, I didn't think anything could top the blue spot, but
yeah, they're
but
different.
Gold
They're
spot,
different
man.
beasts.
they are definitely different beasts. Now, honestly, I'm getting on the blue spot now, the pineapple and the Caribbean type flavors I was getting before. But it took sort of like the
Yeah.
last sip to pull that off, coming off the gold spot. I think the gold spot's more approachable for a person because it's
I
a
think-
little lower proof and it's sweeter. There's just it's
It's good.
shortbread cookie.
good.
I think
toasted
it's
coconut.
appropriate for the branding. It's appropriate for the 135th anniversary.
Yeah.
I think that is.
It's a baller bottle.
I think it's a bottle they should be proud of.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a whiskey. Wow.
I don't think there's a single bottle that they've put out that's bad.
Yeah.
I've had almost all of them.
I mean, they all are all in the higher price range.
I
Well,
mean,
green-
regular
green
green
spot.
spot's not.
Isn't it like $60?
If that, maybe
Yeah. I mean the regular green spot.
50.
But it's
60
10
maybe.
year. That's 10-year.
That's the
Whiskey.
regular.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the regular. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
like they don't sell cheap shit.
No.
And
But neither does Redbreast.
no, that's true. But I will say, in my opinion, on this podcast, Gold Spot, it is the top tier of Irish whiskey.
I would agree. Find me something better.
Yeah.
I challenge you.
I mean, sure, you got the Redbreast. I mean, Redbreast is fantastic.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
much cheaper than Gold Spot, right? And even all their special
but like,
stuff.
okay,
Redbreast
throw up
12
like the
for sure.
21 year or the 27 year or something. It's like, okay, yeah, that can
Cast
hold up.
strength,
but
Redbreast
also-
cast strength.
That's
Yeah.
hundreds of dollars.
Exactly. So, I mean, good job.
Mitchell
with
and
the
Sons,
Gold-
Mitchell and Sons.
Yeah.
You keep that bondage going.
Yeah.
That bondage.
We need that to continue.
Yeah.
Excellent bottle.
I'm super impressed.
Still proud of this bottle. This one,
Yeah.
wow, the gold.
So you're not going to hold the 700 mil against it versus the 750?
I do still hold it against them. I do. It that pisses me off to no end. I hate that. But
I mean, you can see them right next to each other. It's so
That-
obvious.
Look at that.
Yeah.
it's the liquid is so good.
Yeah.
It is excellent.
Mm.
All right.
So,
Well, you got a barrel lesson. Okay. You might be as confused as I am because there's way too many barrel sizes. Okay.
Yeah, way.
we didn't even get close to touching them all.
Now, I'm going to
Oh,
ignore everything they said,
That's
and
what she said.
bourbon barrels are the biggest of the best. All right. You're getting all that wood in
That's
there.
so American of
That's
you.
so American.
I need to make sure that,
we are
that
the biggest.
you guys know bourbon barrels. You like the content because you love this show. Okay. You subscribe because you want to see more content. You share it now. Remember, I'm adding to your list. You share it because we need the help. We need more people to watch it so we can get more comments that tell us what to drink because what the hell are we going to drink next? I don't know. It's up to you.